Hello everybody, I am Twisted and this is Sandustry, the game about processing endless piles of sand. So our perfect factories come along quite nicely. We have separate sections for watering sand, shaking it, getting the slag down, although we don't have the burner yet, but we're going to be fixing that most likely today. We have the dropper area and we have a big old storage area for spores and wet spores. Now our spore area is almost full. That should be our next thing that we focus on actually processing these and moving them along the way. But before we do that, I kind of want to talk about this dropper. So this has been a very controversial thing in the previous video. I am actually kind of shocked at how many people were so angry at me for using the launchers over here, and I just don't understand why they were so mad. Some people were beyond rude, calling me names, just raging in the comments. And no, if I reply to you, you're not one of those people that I'm talking about, because I did not reply to those people. They're saying, hey, this is just making things worse, it's not doing anything. Well, that's just not true. Without these launchers, this dropper will not function, like, at all. And that's actually very easy to prove, so I'm gonna take the time to actually prove that. So let's go remove this, just like this. And it's gonna work, you know, for a little bit, but there is a chance for it to stop working. And there's actually a very easy way to trigger that. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna press escape, I'm gonna save the game as banana, just like that. And then we're gonna exit to the main menu, because, you know, why not? I'm gonna load the game. I'm gonna go load in banana. And now you will see, believe it or not, as soon as this loads in, that it's not working anymore. What? Yeah, because if you don't have launchers, whenever this pixel gets unloaded, it's gonna stop working because it loses all momentum. Momentum isn't saved. And a very easy way to trigger that is to just save the game and reload it. So, like, I don't understand all the people who were saying, oh, in my factory, we don't need this, I tested it. No, I mean, it's so easy to trigger it. And I could just, you know, it would work for a little bit, but sooner or later, the pixels would touch each other, they would touch the wall or whatever, and it would just stop working. So, I don't understand why some people were so mad. And it's kind of making me sad and confused, and also kind of angry as well, at how people, you know, they're just being angry. Because this is something that's very easily testable and very easily preventable. So yeah, I don't know. It is what it is. So this area is blocked off for a second. Let's actually just block this off right now. It would clear out on its own. So I just want to speed it up because this is making us fat stacks of cash. And I don't want to lose no time. So as soon as this gets cleared out, which it will in just a second, we're going to reopen up our floodgates over here. And the filters do help out with that, which is great. These filters do help, by the way, you know? You could just have filters and you would not get blocked for quite some time, but it would happen eventually. Alright, what's next on the menu? So we have infinite gold now. Well, we don't have infinite gold, we have tons of gold, which means we can actually buy all the upgrades we want. I want to get the guns. We're going to unlock rocket launchers so we can actually go get lava. And what else do we have here that's needed? Planter boxes. We don't need those as well, but I kind of like having my money just chilling in my pile, because that seems like a great thing to do. So I want to automate slag. That's for sure. Also, it's gonna start looping here, which is just fine. I don't mind that at all. But I do want to automate this thing as well. So what I'm gonna do real quick is I'm gonna actually just block this off in a second. We'll just unleash this. Just send everything on its way. And we'll just block this line. Actually, we'll block it with normal conveyors. I want to empty out this like pit, because this is where we're gonna be doing the spore watering. And we want to make sure this is empty before we actually start working on that. Okay, let's go get some cinder, shall we? It'll be very important for us because it's gonna allow us to automate both plants and, of course, slag, which has been kind of an annoying thing. That's fine. We'll take care of it. So if you don't know, cinder is along this way. So we just go down here, and then if we use our lovely rocket launcher, which doesn't have any upgrades right now, unfortunately, so it will be a little bit slow. And then we go in here. Let's dig this up with the gun. We need a couple more rockets being fired over here. Oh, we missed like one tile. There we go, we can just pass. And then we can use the gun again. Beautiful. Make sure we are not spilling anything into the lava here. There's a little lava cave. Amazing, beautiful. Let's go use the cryoblaster to freeze this lava. Freeze, son. Get a bit of it over here. And I want to get a bunch of cinder back up top. We do have a little cinder container. And we actually can reach this, which is great. Let's also get like a little pod just in case. We won't be able to reach things properly, but I think it's gonna be fine. Get a bit more snow here. It's gonna turn the lava into scoria, and then if you blow it up with a rocket, shouldn't take too long. Actually, I'm realizing I should have placed the rocket on this other slot over here, so we'll just do that right now, as we need to have the grabber. So when we blow up the scoria with the rocket, we get some cinder, which can go on conveyor belts and we can transfer it around our factory. It's gonna be awesome and lovely. Beautiful. Alright, let's go grab this. Actually, let's go all the way up. Can we grab it from here? Yeah, we can. Load the hotbar. Awesome. We'll just unload all of this up top on our lovely conveyor belt, and it's gonna go into our factory. And again, we do have an area to store this. It's a temporary storage. That's fine. It should get stuck over there. And it's gonna do some good stuff for us. Oh god, I picked up the item. Oop, hold on. Give me all the things. It is kind of awkward just picking this up from below the hotbar. But, you know, if it works, it works. Put some in this little area as well, into our pit over there. So we have it stored for later. Is this enough lava? Probably is, right? But since we're over here, let's get a little bit more. Do a bit more freezing. Fire a couple more rockets down here. Get a little tiny bit more. Let's store it over here as well. That way we can pick it up from the top area, I think, whenever we need it. So let's get a bunch of this cinder right here. While the game saves. Saving is awesome. I love when the game saves. That means our progress isn't lost. Beautiful. That's snow. That's not what we need. My bad. Hold on, hold on, hold on. There we go. Get all of these. Just like that. That should be more than enough cinder for us to do... So we want to do slag automation and we want to do plant automation. Be more than enough to do both. I'm gonna put it on the conveyor line just so it flows back. We're gonna leave some behind. We don't need that much of it. It's gonna be great. Yeah, it's going. We also want to get more more dirt, I think, right? Also more water. I feel like we're low on water, or if we're not, yeah, we're low on water. It's gonna go even lower, so we can make infinite water with the crab blaster if we need to. But I also kind of just want to dig up some of the existing water over here. Let's go do that. Can we blow this up with a rocket, by the way? We can. That'll make our life a bit easier. Just some flamethrower in here. It's all gonna flow exactly where we want it because we do have the lines aligned in the proper fashion. Beautiful. Gonna dig this out. There's a lot more soil here that we can use in the near future. It's gonna be great. Get all of these up there. Water levels are rising, and we really need to like set up a water factory with like the rocket launcher. We do need the napalm upgrade for that. That might have to wait a little bit, but it's filling up, you know. And we'll wait for the cinder to go back to the factory, which is gonna happen soon. Let's get some of this water out of the way as well. We have a massive tank down there, so we can just like stand there with like with the flamethrower, which I should upgrade as well to get a bit more efficient. That's fine. It works quite all right for the time being. Yeah, water levels are going up. It should be good for the sand, and I think I might want to like lower the level of water in my existing sand washers. I'm not sure. I'm not sure, because I think it's gonna cause some problems. Right now, there's like nothing flowing in there. We have way too much water. Like, they're very full. I think it's gonna kind of get blocked a bit. I don't know. We'll see. The water might go out. At the end of the day, it's not gonna go too far. Even if it like flows out here, which I don't think it can. It's just gonna end up back here, which is just gonna water the sand, which I think is perfectly fine. And this steam is all gonna go exactly where we want it. We could just have a filter built here. That way any water that comes this way is gonna drop into the pit. Maybe that's the thing we want to do. Let's allow... What's the thing we'll never have here? Allow only... We'll never have Void Bloom here, I don't think. Allow only Void Bloom. Is that what I selected? Allow only Void Bloom to go through here. If we do this... That way... Oh, that also... You fool. That also causes the other problem. That lets steam through as well. Darn it. Okay, hold on. We can pick up the steam manually and just like fix it that way. So we can't really do that without causing some steamy issues. I'm not a fan. Now there's steam everywhere. Oh my god, what have I done? It's going all the way up. Oh, you sassy baka. Okay, it's all piling up here. You know, this is why you never do things. That's a lesson in life. Never do things because some things is gonna go wrong. All the steam. I mean, we could move it in a different fashion, I guess, but this is good enough. We're waiting for the cinder to come closer anyways. Just killing time. We do have cinder flowing, by the way, which is awesome. Okay, there's water coming down. Tons of water in the container now, which should keep things going for quite some time. And the steam will decay after a bit. You know, if it's moving like that, it's gonna decay, which is fine. You just want to clear out these like full holes. There we go. Yeah, it's gonna decay, go into the water buffer. We talked about that previously, but any water or steam that decays goes into like a water buffer that you can get back from rain. Which is why sometimes you get duplicate water from rain, which is different from duplicate water from napalm. Alright, so we want to do this, right? Let's block this off. And we'll burn all the slag here. Let it go through. Beautiful, just like that. And I know I could remove these, and I might remove these. Honestly, people have been saying remove the filters. I like having everything be kind of controlled. I know it's not, like, ideal, but I do like knowing where things get stuck. Gives me, like, info. Hey, you know, some items can go through here. When everything is fully finished, things should not get stuck. So it might not be needed, but if things still occasionally get stuck, we'll just remove the filter and have everything be free-flowing. Because it goes back into the main loop anyways, I know. It's fine. So let's have a allow only cinder belt right here. Gonna go left, and then we're gonna clearly allow only cinder to fall through. Now what I kind of want to do, just want to fill this up fully. And we do have all this cinder coming through. Removing it manually, which is fine. That's a-okay. There's not that much to fill. Just a couple of blocks. Just put it over there. Is that all the cinder? It can't be. There's no way that's all the cinder. We got more than just... Okay, there's more up top. I got it. It just went past us. Without me noticing. And there is actually some over here as well, which is fine. That's a-okay. That should fill up our hole fully. I love having a full hole of cinder. That seems great. And now we're gonna just burn all of these. And of course, lava does not leave the filters. And it might flow a little bit left and right, but it's gonna decay. And we have plenty of lava. We don't care if a bit of it decays. It doesn't cause any problems whatsoever. I'm gonna make sure this is fully full. There's no empty blocks of air. There's no blocks of cinder left over. This is gonna be great. I'm gonna let this lava decay. Because I'm gonna observe some things. These should filter, allow only cinder. It is having some trouble because it's like way too full. Occasionally, we can just fix this with a little filter real quick. Some of it did go past already. Is that a problem for me? Not really. Maybe. It's getting kind of blocked off. Because cinder is like lighter than spores. Kind of like gets behind. But it'll work out. You know, we have a little filter here for just for a little bit. It'll get fixed. The flow's going to be fine. This is all decayed now. So if you unleash this, this should get all of our slag burn. Now, it still might go wrong. We could have filters like on the sides here that let in burn slag. And that way the burn slag is going to end up on the left side immediately. While the unburned slag keeps going through the thing. It's going to go through the full length of this area. That is a potential thing we could do. Do we need to do that? I don't know. Let's see how this actually pixel fares. So there's a pixel of slag here. The problem is it's actually not on top. Is that a problem for it? Is that what's causing the issue here? Because it's not on the top tile. That actually might be a problem. It's getting stuck here. Now we have a very slow flow of slag. But it's going to get auto-sorted. And I think it's going to be fine. Because right now this issue is because we're burning things manually, which is inconsistent. But once all of this goes through, which is happening, as you can see, all the burn slag is going to fall down. It's going to get burned by the lava immediately. And then in the future, we're not going to have that problem. I think it's going to be a-okay. Now, I do want to test this out real quick. So this is going to get cleared out. We know that for sure. That's not a problem. Let's go down into the mines again. We're going to unleash some of this steam, because why not? Might as well, since we were walking by. Let's get some stuff from over here. Let's burn these bad boys. Make them drop down. There's a bunch of soil right here that we want to get. Now, what's the best way to get this? It's going to be kind of annoying, isn't it? Because this is a diagonal. The one I use... Let's see. Kind of want to actually just remove a couple of these. And let's have some angular boys just chilling there. And then it's going to get blocked from the bottom side, but most of our soul is going to come from this area now, I think. We're going to do this. We could also just funnel it through the lava cave. Is that a sensible thing to do? I don't think so, but maybe. I don't know. I'm unsure. Let's get this snow out of the way as well, because it could cause us some problems. We may want to make sure we get rid of that ASAP. Let's burn it all. Get it out of the way. Okay, it's steaming up, going exactly where I wanted. That's fine. So I think we'll do it in steps here. We could do it diagonally, but I feel like with diagonal stairs, we're gonna have some issues. So I kind of just want to do this. Do like a stairwell. That seems fine. That seems like a thing I like. That seems like exactly what I want to do. A little stairwell just like this. And then we'll do another line of these. Now, how far right do we have to go to keep this going? I think it's... the bedrock is right over here. But we can like clear out this area. And we have the rockets now, so it's gonna be really quick to actually mine stuff. Yeah, so it goes over here. Like that. Okay, so we'll cancel these. Do a couple more explosions over here. Clear that a bit. And then if you just do this, we want to like wall these off as well so they don't fall to the sides. That should be fine. Now we can go down all the way. Like very deep. Clear out these. We can also even go with like 3 of these, I think. It doesn't really matter because there's only 2 over here, but you know. We can expand that later if needed. Break everything on the ceiling, and now we just want to go deep down. I think we'll go directly down over here. There is a hole at one point. Oh, there's a little wall here, huh? Okay, so the leftmost one. Oh, there's the hole. There's my hole right there. Just chilling. So I should have actually done it over here. Exactly what we're gonna do. We'll remove the rightmost one. We'll just have 2 of them, actually. Yeah, just have 2 of them. That's gonna be fine. So we'll just have like this. And then let's go even deeper. I think this is where red sand is, kind of close to... Yeah, right over there. Right under that ice is where there's a bunch of red sand. But this is fine. There is a lot of ice, though. We don't have an ice storage. Ice will just get looped, though. So I'm okay with that. We don't need to have storage for everything right now, while we're still constructing our factory. Men on flex side just chilling, which is actually going to be great for potential upgrades. We just want to, like, break a bunch of the walls here. Because all this sand is gonna fall down. It's gonna be beautiful. And this is just like a floating rock here. Yeah, it seems fine. That's okay. And again, all the sand falls down, which I'm fine with. No complaints whatsoever. We can just pick it up later on. You know, use some launchers, move things around. We do want to clear out the map fully. You know? Don't worry, we're doing that. That's the plan. That's the ultimate goal. What we're doing right now. It's our ultimate aim. It's gonna flow nicely all the way down. Beautiful. Okay, let's clear out this in like a little V shape. Gonna be a lot of sand. We can get some on the other side as well. Over here. Should be plenty of resources. Because again, we just basically want to see how our slag burn is going. This is the test for it. This is a slag burning test. And I'm gonna delete anything that comes my way. While we're over here. Okay, lots of stuff falling. It's going down here, it's falling, whatever. Let's actually have a little launcher here. Just so like it gets a little head start. So it falls down less often. It's still flowing. It's on the line, beautiful. It actually hasn't reached the thing yet. Which is fine. We have a lot of spores. Okay, spores are actually causing some issues now. Because there's no way for them to go. So let's actually work on the spore wetter. So I have a cool design for the spore wetter. We have 2 washers here. We're gonna have 3 of them for the spores. And it's gonna be something like this. We have a diagonal line. And then we're gonna have a filter, just to like limit the rate. And I'm doing it to the right, by the way, because over here we have things going to the left, and I want to do things differently. That's why I think it would make more sense if we did it like the other way, but I don't want it to be the like I don't want it to be too similar. That's my main reason for doing this. Let's have this. So we want to have a filter that lets through spores, and we should only be getting spores in here. We want to just say allow only spores. I could also have them on blocking everything, and that way everything is going to fall down. Actually, no, we do want to have it on block, because we might have wet spores, because this is going to be the washer. So let's have this on block void bloom, because there's never going to be any void bloom in this area. We're perfectly fine. We're going to have this going to the right. That seems fair. And then we want to have a little bit of a gap here, a launcher here, and we're going to have a conveyor belt on this spot, actually, like this. When I have it 6 blocks to the left, and then as I said, I'm gonna have a launcher here, and then a little barrier to stop the water from going out, and another launcher here to get things out of the washer. And then this is gonna just loop again. So what we'll do basically is just have this entire thing repeat, and we'll use the copy tool. Don't worry, I'm just like marking where it's gonna be. It's gonna be easier to like copy it like that. So we want to also have water, of course. So we need some liquid vents, which you can have, let's say, on these 2 spots. And the reason why we have conveyor belts below is because blocks can actually go behind vents. So if you don't have conveyor blocks here, if you just have like normal blocks, you're gonna get stuck behind the vents and we'll never process them. So we want to make sure these are getting moved 24/7. So it's gonna fill this area with water, and we wanna, so we're gonna have spores come in here basically. They're gonna come into this little pool. They're gonna get tossed around, and we have launchers because wet spores are up top and dry spores are on the bottom. So we can't just like do things the same way we do with sand, because it's the opposite, which it's a little design choice that I actually quite like. Makes things a little bit exciting. We're gonna have things like this. So it's gonna go into the pit. It's gonna get like washed a bit, and then it's gonna get tossed out. If it manages to get washed, that's awesome. If it doesn't, we're gonna have 2 more opportunities for the exact same thing to happen. So let's actually go copy this. And the reason I made this little area is so we know exactly where to place things. It's like that. We'll do the exact same thing over here. So we'll just have a diagonal put over here, and we'll do another copy tool. And this should all fit just like that. Okay, so now it goes all the way to the bottom. We have this entire area being the washing station. Also wall this off. We'll remove it in a second, don't worry. So spores, I'm gonna just do an example here. Gonna fall down. And there's no water now, so they can't get washed. But they're gonna get tossed around. Actually, they get tossed around very quickly. They just get yeeted through here, which is fine. I'm okay with that. Because wet spores are gonna be on top. So they're the ones who are gonna be getting yeeted. And then they just end up over here, which is lovely. By the way, we have our slag coming in through, which is awesome. Yeah, this is what I was talking about. Like, we have, like, this water flowing out. Which, is that a problem? I mean, it never goes out of here. It being in this area, I think, is perfectly fine. I'm not happy about it. And it's happening. I know why it's happening. It's happening because we're getting wet sand in here already. It doesn't need to get wetted, and then it displaces the water. Top one is fine. So I kind of actually want to just move this. Yeah, we'll move this 1 layer below. Well, actually move it 2 levels below. Over here. It's gonna give us more leeway to keep the water, you know, inside the thing. We'll use a pipe remover here. We'll use a pipe remover here, and we'll just reconnect these with pipes. Again, I just don't want the water flowing out is the thing, right? So do that over there. Give me a pipe remover again, please. Oh, that's way too many pipes removed. That's fine. Okay, and I kind of want to just let this... I mean, it'll get fixed on its own, right? The thing is, we don't need 2 wetters. That's the problem. I have 2 of them, but there's like no need for that. That's what's causing the issues here. If we had like it's gonna stay like this for quite a while actually, because okay, there's a way to like fix this manually. We'll just remove this pipe. Then it's gonna get drained, and all the sand is gonna get like tossed into like this area. It's gonna be fine. It's actually getting kind of overloaded here, but you can keep up, right? You can keep up. It'll be fine. It's getting very high up. Oh my gosh. Yeah, so I'm gonna like stop wetting the sand over here. Just wet it all down here. Just to drain this water out of the way. It's getting very full. We might actually want to have more flow here. Yeah. Let's have more flow. Just like this. Just so there's more stuff coming through. We don't want this to get overloaded. I mean, that doesn't matter, because it's a closed system, right? It doesn't matter if it gets overloaded. That's fine. Okay, we have slag being burnt on the bottom. It's all getting burnt on the bottom, which is beautiful. There are occasional unburned bits of slag. But as soon as they hit the edge, they're going to fall into the first hole, and then they're going to get burnt. Because there's plenty of holes because slag is smaller. So this is actually never going to get stuck. It might get stuck for like a couple of seconds, but it's not even stuck. It's just like 1 pixel being, you know, slowed down. This works perfectly. I like it. I love it. And there's no need to have any filters here because slag only gets burned at the very bottom. This flows quite nicely. And now we are actually getting this fixed up as well. Man, this is like... It's taking its sweet time, dude. It feels like the bottom area is like fully stuck. That's what it feels like right now, honestly. Is that better? I don't know. Oh, it's getting blocked by the spores that are oncoming. I see. That's okay. Again, closed system. It does not matter. And we'll, now that the water is drained from over here, we'll just make sure we do this thing again. And there's a potential issue here, by the way, which I'm hoping that doesn't happen. If we get, like, sand covering up all the water things over here, they actually won't be able to emit any water. They won't be able to release any water out. And then it would just get, like, stuck and be dry. But since it does actually loop, I think it would get cleared on its own. But that is a legitimate problem. It's actually happening over here. Like, this is not getting wetted at all. This is, like, fully full. But I think it'll be fine. Because we are releasing things over here. Oh, because, like, the dry sand got stuck here, right? It's not going through. We could release it into the system without the filters. And that would help a lot, potentially. But I also don't really want to do that, because it's working. You know, it's working, it's fine. Alright, let's actually think about this. So this should work just fine, right? We have a random spore here just chilling. The problem is, sometimes when we run out of water, imagine a situation where we run out of water over here. What's gonna happen? Well, we're actually gonna end up with dry spores at the bottom. And then we can just, like, send them back into the system, which is fine. We can also just recycle them back. Now, do I want to send in any dry spores back into the system? Or do you want to recycle them back? That is the question. I'm gonna say let's not recycle stuff back. Let's keep things flowing. Wet sand is like... Sand is the only thing I'm recycling back. Maybe I should stop doing that, actually. Should I stop recycling things altogether? Just keep everything in the loop. It's gonna get cleared out eventually. Anyways, right? And I do think, like, sand is, like, there's so much of it. And it's, like, the main thing. I think it makes sense. But for this, we'll just have no filter. So things over here, if the weather is not working, they're gonna just flow. It's gonna just keep on going. That's the plan. Then again, we'll have the pipes visible, because I want them to be visible. I could hide them behind the blocks. I don't want to do that. We'll have this over here. And before we connect this, we'll do it like... We'll almost connect it. I'll take a look at our water situation. How are we looking water-wise? We have no water whatsoever, so the spore weather will not work. That is an issue. And that's also an issue here. But it's gonna get cleared out, because all the wet sand is actually moving along. This will be fine. We need to get a little bit of water. I'm gonna go out and just do a quick jump cut. Also, we have a random thing here that I don't want. That's actually what's causing us a lot of the problems. I'm gonna just drain all this water with a flamethrower. And just for good measure, let's go empty out the water in the bottom right as well, which should be totally doable. Because we have the gun, a bunch of upgrades, we can just go over here very easily. And just reach this zone right here. We can just melt all of this. And then when we turn this into steam, it's gonna flow exactly where we want it. There's gonna be plenty of water for us to actually do our spore wetting. Of course, we will have to actually make like a water factory with the napalm and whatever. But I think for the time being, for this video, we don't have to worry about that. Alrighty, we have a decent amount of water now. There's even more of it just flowing and also in steam from over here. It's gonna be great. We can now turn on the Spore Wetter 3000. This is working fine as well. We could lower it even more, because there's a lot of water being wasted here, I feel. But again, having it a bit higher does give us a chance to, like, lower chance of getting stuck. And these are gonna get cycled through, it's fine. We're not worried, we have, like, plenty of slag to shake. Anyways, plenty of slag to burn. It is going the way we want it. It is awesome. Okay, so, we gotta connect these pipes. Let's actually see that actually works out for us over here, right? Let's have them go down. Let's have them just go directly over here, actually. That seems fine. And then these are all gonna get, the little pools are gonna get filled up. And all these are working just fine. And that seems great. That seems awesome. And just to like make this nicer, I'm gonna also have allow everything block only void bloom. Just because I want to have it feels empty without anything over here. I don't think it's gonna cause any issues. And then we're gonna go here, allow only spore to fall through here. And they're gonna start falling immediately. Gonna go into the wetter, and they're getting wet. It's mostly wet spores coming through, but even if they're not, we have a couple of chances for them to become wet. By the time we get to the bottom here, it should all be looking good. They're flowing, getting on the pile. They're actually moving, and we have a limited rate over here. There's a good reason for this, by the way. If you don't have this, it's actually gonna overflow this fully, and it's gonna get blocked, and it's not gonna have any water getting through. We could also do this with the sand, actually. Now that I think about it, if we do that, that's also gonna let us lower the amount of sand that's actually going in here, and it's gonna reduce the odds of blockades actually happening. So that might be a thing we want to give a go, and I'll do that right now. Actually, let's give it a go real quick. Over here, let's have it go all the way, just like that. Allow block void bloom. Let's have it go like to the left. That way the sand's gonna be kind of slowed down and limited. It's gonna get stuck up top mostly. And the spores are working fine. It is getting kind of blocked over here, but that's okay. Because the flow, it's still going out at a reasonable rate. Exactly what we wanted. It's gonna get kind of overloaded here as well, which is fine. Maybe just having the filter over here would be sensible. But no, I think this is fine. It's going through quite nicely. It's great. It's getting filled up over here. This is what I'm gonna doing the plants. It's gonna be tricky to get the plants going. But I have a very cool plan for that. So I actually came up with a design for the plants on a different save. Because they're very tricky, and I wanted to come up with something that looks cool and also works. And I think I did just that. Let's actually replace all of these. Give me the things. Come on, you sussy bakas. Lock them off from the top. There we go, just like that. We want to stop things from going in here, and let's unleash all of these bad boys out of the area because they're no longer needed. Just like that, please. Seems great. Things getting wetted over here. So once we wet the spores, we're gonna actually grow them and burn them, and that's like one of the trickiest things in the game, getting plants to actually grow. And I'm doing everything in these compact cells, so I can't do what I usually do with my normal system, where it's just like it's very wide. We have to do something that's very thin, and I think I have a good design that actually works with that reasonably well. So we'll do something like this. This is the middle, right? This is the middle area. We'll have a little thing going all the way to the bottom. And we'll have a little area that's blocked off here on both sides. So yeah, let's actually just block this off so we know where the area is. It goes all the way to the bottom here. And the idea is we're going to have these little like growing pods that have lava in them. Because we, of course, want to have lava to actually grow this. And we'll have a thing that goes out here. And we'll have a cinder filter in here. So that way, we can actually allow lava to go inside. And then above it, we'll place the planters, which we actually have to research, but we have plenty of money. Give me refining 3. There goes my money, my hard-earned cash. And we'll have planters above the lava on both sides. So what's going to happen is, we're going to have plants in here. We're going to actually launch them from within this area. We'll have a conveyor belt so nothing gets stuck in the middle here. We'll just block this off. And we'll have a little launcher. Actually, this is like way too high. Let's have a conveyor belt like here. We'll block this off. And then this is going to move things to the right. It doesn't matter where it goes as long as it doesn't get stuck in the middle. We could just let it get stuck in the middle, but no reason for that. We have a launcher going left on both directions here. And then we're going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on both sides. Because these serve a dual purpose. One, they're going to get launched. Let's actually use like a... Let's use a spore for an example. Get one spore in here. Can I get like one spore, please? Can I grab one spore? There's so many of them. I think we got like a couple of them. We drop this over here. We're gonna get launched, and the launcher gonna land right on the planter. It's gonna be exactly what we want. And we have lava below. It's gonna get burnt. And also they serve as a barrier because plants cannot grow through the launchers, so they won't go too far left, so the lava can't burn them. And then we just wall this off up top. And then we just repeat the exact same design a couple of times. So we'll need to have these, and we'll need to have these. And then we'll need to have this entire system. So we have a gap, and then we have this area, just like that. So it's gonna get filled up with a lot of, it's gonna be full, this line in the middle is gonna be like an injection, right? It's gonna be full of wet spores, and they're gonna spread on both sides. It's gonna be our container for wet spores. It's very small. It's a very small container. I know, I'm aware. But this way we can use both sides, and we can do it 8 times. Let's just do this on both sides yet again. And now we have this design. We can just copy it because it's done, right? Copy it once. And we copy it. If the copy tool actually decides to work, which would be lovely. There we go. We copy it twice. Like that. That seems fine. And we'll want to free up... not those. We want to free up all the tiles that are adjacent to our planters. That's very crucial for us. And we want to have launchers in there as well. Very important. Beautiful. And then, since these are gonna be falling down, we want to have a little area here. Actually, on both sides. And we'll have a little, let's see. We could have actually moved everything up a tile, I think. Yeah, because what I want to do is I want to have, like, conveyor belts up top here. Just to funnel everything into the middle. And, I mean, I guess having some room up top also makes a lot of sense for containing. I think it's going to be a bigger... Yeah, I think we want to have just contain stuff up here. As a little extra container space. That's going to be more important than allowing perfect flow. And then, at the bottom. So the way this works is the wet spores try going through. We'll actually get them out of the way right now. And the lava will burn everything. So we need to get all the cinder in here. That's why we have a bunch of cinder that are stored to the side. Let's also burn all of these plants because they are going to cause some issues. They're going to fill up our cinder if we don't get rid of them outright. There we go. Lava's going to burn everything. Lava's going to be our hero. And then we'll also have a metallese and gold. I actually think I launched some gold in here. That's fine if I did. There's some heavy gold causing issues. And then we're going to unleash everything down here. So, a metallese is going to go left. Sorry, metallese is going to go left back into the loop. Gold is going to go down onto this thing. But the problem is we can also have random wet spores drop to the bottom. So we need to find a way to get those out as well. The way I'm going to do that is I'm going to extend this a tiny little bit. So we'll just have them go through here is the idea. Yes, just like that. And we'll also remove this. And extend this with some launchers. Beautiful. Just like that. And then we'll have this be a filter in a second, don't worry. So we wanna, so we're gonna have 3 things coming through here. A metallese, gold, and wet spores. A metallese goes left, so on this filter, we'll say, hey, block only a metallese. Let everything else through. And we'll have a filter here that does the exact same thing. Actually, that does the opposite thing, so sorry. Allow only a metallese, because we don't want gold and wet spores getting back in the loop. We could have them get back in the loop. Honestly, we could have wet spores go back in the loop. Just make them come around. That would make things easier, actually. They would... Yeah, let's go do that. I've changed my mind. Let's go have wet spores. Let's do a loop instead. Get all these out of the way. I don't mind if they would go like on the loop, right? I don't have to send them back immediately because this is gonna be full anyways, and they're gonna end up in the loop. You know, no matter what. So might as well just do this. So we're gonna have only gold. We're gonna change these filters around a bit. We're gonna have this allow only gold fall through, and we're gonna have this to block only gold from going through. So that way, we're gonna have all 3 products. Wet spores are gonna go back in the loop. It's all gonna be great and wonderful. Awesome. Before we do that though, let's actually block this off for a sec. And we'll get some cinder going. Let's do it from the top. Just unload this. Allow. I did the wrong filter. Hold on. Just say allow only cinder. That's my bad. That is a big mistake on my part. That would have actually broken the entire system. Allow only cinder. Only cinder is allowed. And it goes to the left. On the left side. And it goes to the right. On the right side. And this is gonna work. I tested it, by the way, so don't worry. It'll be great. Just gotta load these up. Which is a little bit problematic, because it is... I should have actually maybe loaded them up beforehand. It's okay, though. Let's get them all in here. They're all gonna flow down as well. And we'll do this layer by layer. Can I actually drop them directly in the filter? Oh, I can. Why am I not doing that instead? That seems so much easier than just dropping them above. I'm such a fool. Yeah, that's much better. Getting everything taken care of very easily and pick up all of these nonsense things. Get some more from here. Just fill up the edges. And get these filled up as well. And that should be all the filters fully full. We can actually... actually, we're going to open this up because the cinder's going to go back where it needs to be, into the pit of despair and storage. So these are all full of cinder. And it's all going to be lava. So we just want to burn these. For flamethrower, turn the cinder into actual lava. Seems great. Make sure we do it fully so there's no cinder left over. And there's no wild lava blocks causing problems. Oh, there's one wild lava. I can see it moving. I can see it moving. Let's get some cinder back online. Just so it gets filled up. There we go. It's gonna go back into the cinder pit. By the way, this is a temporary cinder pit. We're gonna move that. We don't need that over here. Just want to have it like easily accessible. And it's easily tweaked. Also this, get out of the way. So all these cinder blocks is gonna be great. And then we're gonna have a metallist in the loop, which is gonna cause a lot of issues as well, because we're gonna be getting a lot of metallies. We're gonna be getting actual tons, literal tons of flower petals, all the metallies. And again, I want to have everything be in one container. What I might do is I might have, there's a little quick sketch over here actually. Let's say these are my containers, right? This is my main processing area, and we have these containers on the side, like below it, right? Like this. What I might do is we have wet spores. This thing is like over here. This is where these are. So this thing is this thing. And then we can have, let's say, a metallies right over here. That's a P. Why is that a P? It's supposed to be an A, but it doesn't fit. And then we're gonna have red sand. That is an R in some universe. We're gonna have red. I actually kind of looks like an R. That's gonna be red sand on the left side, and then they're gonna get launched towards the middle, which is where we're gonna create void bloom. And then, oh, our loop is getting actually super loaded up. That's kind of neat. It's gonna be where our gold is, but we can also move the gold to a different spot really easily. And I'm gonna change the loop to go above, by the way, not below. That's also my plan. So we're gonna combine all of these, and this is gonna be where our like flux is gonna be. I think that's gonna be okay. The problem with the metal is there's so much of it, it might just clog up our loop fully, which I'm not happy about, but we'll deal with that if needed later on. I think this is gonna be great though. Let's try it. Allow only wet spore to go through here. It's like that. There's just some water just chilling here, which I don't like. Get that out of the way, dude. Oh, it fell. Of course it fell right in here. Okay. There's some spores coming in though, and you can see they're burning immediately. It's all falling down. Why do we have issues here? Because we're out of water yet again, really now. Okay, we can fix that. Let's have some wet spores just manually put up here. Just so we can see what happens when this gets loaded up. So you're gonna go down here, and these like launchers are getting stuck, which is fine. They're launching spores. It's getting filled up, and as it gets filled up, it's gonna enable all of these to work. We have the plants growing, and the lava occasionally emits embers, which can light this on fire, which is exactly what just happened. You just saw it happen, right? Yeah, you did. And then, since everything can fall through the fire, still gonna, the amethyst and the void bloom's gonna fall down. Sorry, amethyst and the gold's gonna fall down onto these conveyor belts, and they're gonna get moved exactly where we want them to get moved. All the gold falls down, and all the amethyst goes back in the loop over here, which is great. Now we need to get the water problem sorted. That's actually very important. There's so much water over here. There's some water over here as well. It's all empty again, right? Yeah, it's all empty. We need to fill up this thing fully. Because that's causing us so many issues right now. I mean, this is kind of flowing, but again, the dry spores are... Okay, there's actually wet spores coming to the loop now. Yeah, because I guess we wetted a bunch of them. But they just, again, went to loop. So that didn't really do too much. And now, yeah, it's getting filled up. You can see more of the flowers growing. Some of them are falling down. There we go. Which is okay, that's like part of the plan, you know? You can't have a... I mean, you could probably build a better system, but in it's tricky doing it in the confines of like 9 blocks wide, right? And I want to have as much efficiency as possible. But these flowers are burning and things are falling down. It's not the fastest system, but again, it's a vertical system that works, which is great. It might take a bit for them to get set on fire sometimes, though. It's a little bit annoying. We're gonna have the last one work soon. Awesome, lots of fire, everything's falling down. Getting some gold, which is great. All of this is coming through as well, and the wet spores are gonna actually fill this up quite nicely in a second. And then we're gonna find a way to like store the amethyst. I think we're gonna just store it, honestly, because there's nothing to like do with the amethyst directly. Combine it with red sand. So I think just storing it makes sense, right? I think that's what we want to do. And we'll just get the snow out of the way. Let's put it up here. Do the same with cinder actually for the time being. And we'll just remove this area, because we don't need that anymore. We've used up all the cinder we're gonna need. It's good to have some extra. That's basically it. Okay, so we have all these things up and running. All the flowers are chilling. They sometimes take a little bit of time because there's only 1 lava block per flower. If there were 2, that would be a lot better, but they still do get set on fire. And even if there's like a backlog of items, they do fall down always, and then they slide out. They get bumped around with the launchers, which I'm aware of, don't worry. But I'm okay with that. Launchers are mainly there to like stop the flowers from like spreading too far. It's on fire! Yeah, it's all working. We're actually getting a decent amount of everything here. Wet spores, amethyst. This is... The injection is full as well, which is actually... I'm fine with that fully. We could maybe do diagonal blocks in some spots to allow for more room. I don't think that's very needed at the moment. And the reason I have them like this, I tried making them shorter, but if you have the areas too short, sometimes the flowers will not bloom because the flowers gonna run out of room and it's not gonna do anything. And that way, you just get nothing, which is not ideal. It's gonna try growing again, but if I limited this to like just be like 2 blocks, which I did try, it just like is not consistent enough to be providing enough resources. Okay, we have all this going through. It's not getting wet, which is fine. We have the flowers working as well, which is awesome. And then we have all of our systems kind of done now for like what we're gathering and harvesting, which is gonna be great. I do want to get a amethyst stored somewhere though. I feel like that's gonna be very important for us because again, the plan is to do things a bit differently for our amethyst. We're gonna still use the same combination, so like 9, right? 9 for these. So let's do 9 tiles, and we go down. That is correct, right? And 9 tiles. Like this open. And this is also 9 tiles inside, right? Yeah, it's 9 tiles. Which is great. And then we're gonna have a 2-wide launcher. And it's gonna do things a bit differently. And then this needs to be 11, right? So it's like... No, it doesn't have to be 11. Because this is 9 on the inside. And the wall goes here. Just like this. And this is where we're gonna have... it's so tight though. Void Bloom. We might actually not... We might not have Void Bloom be created... Flux be created here. We could just make Void Bloom in this area. If we just funnel both of them from the top. And then we can unleash them down here. And have them flow even more. Have Void Bloom come down here mixed with the gold. And just move it along into a different area. And red sand, of course, we're gonna have red sand in here is the idea. So let's have, again, just 9 tiles over here. That seems kind of like what I want to do. How I'm gonna do this, I'm not yet sure. I'm gonna think of a cool system though. Let's make sure we get the filter. Allow Void Bloom go inside. Sorry, not Void Bloom. That's the wrong thing. We need to have... it's amethyst go inside. Allow only amethyst, right? Yeah. It's gonna fall down there. It's not gonna fall down always because some of it's gonna be too high up. But I'm okay with that. And then over here we're gonna have the same for red sand. Allow only red sand. We don't have any red sand in our factory yet, so it doesn't really matter. But that's fine. And then we're gonna have Void Bloom over here. Although we could do something different instead, actually. We could have... Because they're gonna get to merge on the conveyor belt anyway sometimes. We could just have them come through here at the same time with the same launcher and just store them elsewhere. So if we have just this full of red sand and this full of amethyst, we could just have a small intake of both coming in here, and then they're gonna mix kind of evenly, and then we just let this all go back into the loop. Red sand's gonna loop forever, and the amethyst can go in here. Maybe that's what we want to do instead. Because amethyst is, I guess, like the last thing that we're making. So it does make sense for it to be like at the very end rather than in the middle. I kind of actually do like that better. So let's have allow only red sand in here, right? And then we're gonna have allow only amethyst in here right now. So we're gonna have all this stuff getting stored in here. Let's have it like this real quick. Auto saving, that's fine. Gosh. And then what we'll do is we'll have like launches like this, right? And then we just have a line like this. It's gonna like give us a mix of stuff once we have the red sand here as well, which we don't have yet. Is this is the right size? Yeah, just getting some red sand, and they're gonna kind of like gonna hit each other when they're going to the launchers, and they're gonna mix. And I think that's fine. And we're gonna put it in here, and then we can think about transferring somewhere else. That seems like a plan. But by the way, this is working great. You can see there's a vessel is getting made. We're not making too much of it, which is actually fine. Because like, I'm actually okay with. What is this? Allow metal. That's the wrong thing. Hold on. Allow void bloom. It needs to be over here. Yes. Give me these. Put them back wherever they belong. Why are they going through still? Oh, because I missed one. Allow void bloom in here. There we go. Give me all of these flower petals. And they went through here as well somehow. Allow red sand. Maybe I probably tossed them in myself, honestly. That's most likely what happened. So this is going to be going the wrong way compared to everything else. But that's for a good reason. You just got to get some red sand on here. And sometimes they will combine on the conveyor belt itself. And we can just like drop it in here. That's going to be perfectly fine. This is looking great. We need more water. That's our main issue. We need more sand. That's our main issue. But the thing is, what we can do right now, we can mine some sand and just like let it go into the factory, and it's gonna get processed automatically without us having to do anything except to create more water, which is exactly what I kind of want to be doing. But yeah, I'm gonna end this one here. Thank you all so much for watching. My name has been Twisted from HoneyBunnyGames. Now we'll see you next time.